we're going to make multiple facing passes. Most likely an 1/8 of an inch depth of cut. We could face off stock. This cutter should be able to handle that. But let's say, for example, I want to have a finish pass. What is the purpose of a finish pass?
Cleans it up.
Surface finish in final dimension. Now for this Op1 facing, we're not taking it to a final dimension, but we will in Op2. But surface finish is a concern here. So if I'm really giving this thing a hot supper, and I'm going deep and I'm giving it a big chip load and a large step over, my surface finish is going to look like crap because my tool's moving. So I want to take multiple finishing passes. As a matter of fact, what I want to do is I want to take a 100 thou depth of cut and then a finish pass of 22. Okay, so I need to alter this one first. In my initial face, I need to put my roughing cut, my first depth of cut, which is 100 thou.
So that fact, we should have entered that to begin with. Or we changed
The first time we wrote this, we were just learning the tool path for the very first time. Now I'm showing you another way to use this tool path. All right, this is how we will actually face our part. So I changed it to 100 thou, and I'm going to hit F10, accept. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to go down. I want to insert another tool path. So I came down to operation 8 because I want to insert above it. I'm going to hit F3, insert. Okay, we'll talk about what copy means in a little bit, because we'll use copy actually, okay? All right, so I'm going to insert. We've already seen everything up to can cycles. We've already seen other. We're looking now for sub-program. And the sub-program we're going to use is depth repeat, F1. Depth repeat, F1. So here's what depth repeat does. If you have, let's say you did program arcs and F1s and you have this whole intricate part that you programmed point-to-point G-code, and you needed to do that at different depths now. Instead of you sitting there and now reprogramming all that stuff again at a different depth, depth repeat will repeat a block of tool paths at a new Z location. All right, did you have a question?
Yeah. So we changed it to 100 thou on the depth and receiving the rest for the finish paths.
Correct.
Okay.
What we're doing now after we learn the basics of the facing tool path is we're going to learn how to do multiple depths, multiple facing passes. And we do that by using depth repeat. So I'm going to click on depth repeat. It's going to go between operation 7 and 8. More answers, or more questions, excuse me. So in this case, it wants to know the beginning and end block, the start and end block of the tool paths that I want to do at a different Z. In our case, there's only one. We want it to do operation 7. So what we're going to put in here is 7, enter, 7, enter. If there was a group of them, we would start with the beginning and go to the end. Total depth, 0.1225. Depth increments, 100 thou. We do not want to take more than 100 thou. Clearance height is a default of 100 thou. This is what we talked about a little while ago, where intercon is going to rapid in X and Y and then down to Z and it's going to go from rapid to feed at 100 thou over your stock. I don't have a reason to change it, so I'm going to leave it at the default of 100 thou. Plunge rate, this is interesting. It actually took plunge rate from a previous toolpath. It's kind of neat. So some of these toolpaths are going to carry over information. So if you've done work already, it's going to help you out. Plunge rate, this is a non-cutting Z plunge. All right. Now, before I hit F10 and commit to this toolpath, let's graph it. So from here, I can hit F8. Okay, that happened kind of quick. Let me hit redraw. Oh, a little too quick. Now turn it down a little bit. Redraw again. I want you to see, there we go. This one's a little, so it's taking one pass, coming back over and taking another pass. So let's go back to the top view. Make sure this should be good. Nothing has changed there. So that looks good. We go back to the, let's go to the front view. And what we're looking for in the front view is our Z. I'm zooming in. Okay, so there is my first pass. 22 thou above Z. And then my finished pass taking off that last 22 thou. Isn't that cool?